Hey, I'm Stacy Lyn. Today we're going to be making almond brittle.
Stacy Lyn, savor the good life.
Cooks have been making brittle since the 1800s. Rumor has it, a Southern lady mistakenly made brittle by putting baking soda instead of cream of tartar into her mixture. The baking soda made it all brittle, again, makes it porous and dry, and therefore we have a new dish called brittle. Be prepared. Everything brittle is fast. Measure ingredients and have your tools right at hand. To make brittle, you will need sugar, syrup. I use cane syrup. I use Alaga. I think they have the best tasting cane syrup. Some coffee grains. You don't have to use coffee grains if you don't want to. I like it in mine. It makes it a little bit more rich. And hot water. So I'm going to pour that into a little bit of butter that I have in here. And that was 1.5 cups of sugar and a couple of tablespoons, about 3 tablespoons of butter. And then 1/2 cup of this awesome syrup. Look at that, yummy. And then my hot water. Don't forget the coffee grains. Okay, give that a stir. Once you stir it, you're not going to want to touch it anymore after that. So you're going to get this all really good and incorporated, and then you're going to leave it alone while it sits over medium-high heat. There you go, nice and stirred. So I'm not going to touch this mixture. I'm going to wait until it gets to the hard candy stage, which is 310 degrees here. It's between 300 and 310. So it depends where you live. I'm going to use my thermometer here, and it's best to have a candy thermometer. This one works just fine. Just be sure not to touch the bottom of the pan or you'll get that temperature as opposed to what's in here. You can start seeing how it dissolves and watch it. You don't have to have a thermometer, and I'm going to tell you a secret here. Once it gets amber around the edges and it starts bubbling really nicely around the edges, then you are just going to move it around, swirl it around, and keep it going, mixing all of that heat into the rest of the mixture. Once you do that, you can see that that it's about done. It'll get a deep amber color. Here's a tidbit. In the Middle East, they make brittle with pistachios. And in Asia, sesame seeds are used. Okay, it's 3:06. Take it off the heat and put in 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then stir it like you mean it. Really get that good and stirred, okay? Now, I'm gonna add my almonds. I'm gonna stir that up. And then I'm going to pour it now onto the sheet. All right, I'll put a little butter on the back of my spoon and kind of spread that out. And finish it off with a little salt. Let it cool completely, and then I'll break it apart. Always make sure to store your brittle in airtight containers or plastic bags. If you do that, then it'll stay fresh. Don't store it in the refrigerator. No fail brittle.
Stacy Lyn.